Hey, welcome back. In our previous video, we have done something with variables. So, in this video, we will do how to use and declare arrays and what are the arrays and how we can perform various jobs with using array in the JavaScript. So, for this, we need to have this, we just removing this portion from here. Here we go. So we are making it as array in JavaScript, and we will save this file with the name of array. Okay, so in order to make use of array, we must have to declare the array JavaScript. So here we are going to making a element over here. This is to demonstrate array in JavaScript, and here we take another paragraph, and to this we give the ID. Say here we give this ID as demo, and okay, so we are putting this as blank. So here we have to write the script. So in order to write the script, we have to use script element. Then here we define the type as text or Java. JavaScript. Then here we declare array. So in order to array, what is exactly the array? Array is a special variable that hold multiple values in a single variable. Okay, so it's something like variables. We can say that in our case of variable hold a single value, whereas array can store multiple values in a single variable. Okay, so for example, we have to, in order to declare an array, we have to use keyword var. Then we have to give the name of the array that we want to declare. Say we wanted to declare variable cars. So here we have to write variable car, and then we have to go with this, and in the curly brackets we have to declare the elements of the array. Say here we specify Tata, then here we BMW, then comma, say Audi. Okay, this is the one way of declaring the array. This way we can declare the array, and there is another way of declaring the array is also there. We can use both way of declaring the array. Say fruits is equal to new array, and here we have to use the parenthesis, and here we declare the array. Say banana, then we declare a second element, say apple, then here we declare another element, say orange. So both the way we can declare the array here. Okay, so this is the way of declaring the array in JavaScript. Now we have to access these elements in the array. So in order to access these elements, we just simply write over here, say document dot get element by id, and we wanted to display the array over here in this paragraph. Okay, so here the id is demo, and here we write inner HTML is equal to, say, write car over here. So this time what we are going to do, we are going to accessing all the elements of the array. So here we go saving this, and we have to open this file using the file explorer. So open it with Google Chrome. So it's not displaying anything over here. So what is exactly the error? So in order to see the error, we just have to right click in the browser area, and from there we will select inspect. And okay, look at this, unsolved reference array car is not defined. It means we have misspelled over there. Here we have declared cars, and here we are using car. So that's the problem over here. So instead of car we will use cars here. Now save this, and here we go, refresh it. Oh, look at this. So this way we have accessed all the elements of the array. Now arrays can be sorted using the index. Array elements in the array are stored in the form of indexes. Okay, so index of the array always start from 0 and go so on. So it means to so that if we talk about this array cars, and if we talk about Tata, so Tata is stored at the index 0, and this is at index 1, and this is at index 2. So if I wanted to access the element that is stored at the index number 1, so for this I have to write, so here 1. Now save this and refresh it. It will display only BMW, as we know that at the index number 1 we have written BMW. Now if we wish to access the index at number 2, then we have to write 2, and here we see audio over here. Now if we go beyond the index, what's going to be happen over here? If we go beyond the index, it will display us as undefined. Okay, so this way we have to declare the array, and this is how we can use indexing method to display the array elements. Now here having certain properties that we are associated with the array. So first property of the array we will say length. So in order to do that, we have to simply write over here as length. So what it return? Control S and say. So this will return 3. It means to say that this array is having length 3, that is 3 elements are stored in this array. So if we add one more element over here, save comma, and here we write say Hyundai. Save this. Here we go, refresh this. Now this time it's displaying 4. Okay, so this is the length property. Using length property we can return the length of elements in the array. So this way. So if we wanted to access the first, length property is also used to access the last element of the array. Okay, so how we can access the last element of the array? That is we know that first element of the array is stored at index 0. But if we are having a long array and we doesn't know the number of elements over there, so and wanted to access the last element of the array, in that case what we can do, we can simply use cars, and here we write cars dot length. Now you must have to see over there, this is this cars is having total number of 4 elements, but its indexing is from 0 to 3. So the last element is having index number 3, so that is the less than the total length of 1 minus. Okay, so here we can say that 1 minus 1. So save this, and here we go, refresh this. So this will display as Hyundai. Okay, so this is the way of accessing the last element in the arrays. Okay, so there are certain methods that is associated with the arrays. So if we wanted to convert this array to a string, now there are certain methods that is associated with the arrays. So say we wanted to convert this array into a strings. So for that we have to use toString method. Okay, for that we have to use toString method. Save this, and here we go, refresh this. Now this whole array is combined into a single string over here. Okay, similarly we can use the join method. Okay, join method also do the same as the toString method do. So here we can go with join, and in the join method we will specify that instead of comma I want here to be hash. So save this, and here we go, refresh this. So instead of comma we have replaced this with hyphen symbol, sorry. Okay, or any other symbol we can also use over here. Say we just wanted to use @ of symbol, then this symbol will be used over here. Similarly, there is another two methods are there, that popping and pushing. The pop method is used to remove the last element from the array. Say here we go with this, save this, and here we refresh this. Now this array, this will display all the elements of the array. Now I use a pop method. Pop method is removes last element from the array. So if we see over here Tata, BMW, Audi, Hyundai, so in this our case the last element is Hyundai. So if we wanted to remove this, for that we have to write cars dot pop. Now save this, and here we go, refresh. So the last element from the array will be removed over here. So we use another, say we take another element over here P, and to this I gave another ID, say demo 1. Then I just wanted to display the total length of the here we go replacing, and here we type 1, and here we write cars dot length. So what it's going to be returned as 3. So after pop the last element has been removed from the array, so it's displaying 3. So next is the push method. Push method is used to add new element at the end. So if we wanted to add another element at the end, for that we have to use push. And here in this case we will add Toyota. Okay, save this and refresh it. Now here we go. Now we have removed the push. Okay, so the last element has been removed using the push, but now we have deleted the push from here, so it is again got over here. So here we got Toyota, and total length of the element has gone up 5. This way we have to use the push method. Then we have to use the shift method. Shift method is used to remove the first element from the array. Say here in case we use shift. Okay, save this. Here we go, refresh. Now here the Tata is removed from here. Okay, here the Tata is removed from here, and we are left with the only 3 elements in the array. So similarly, if we wanted to add another element to an array at the beginning, okay, so if we remove this from here, and here we go with the, we got this original value as Tata, BMW, Audi and Hyundai. Now if we wanted to insert another element at the beginning, so for this we can use the unshift method, like cars dot unshift, and here we have to give the value, say any other brand we can give. Say here we go. Save this, and here we go, refresh this. So Limo is added at the beginning of the array. Okay, so here we have learned pop, push, shift, unshift. Okay, so we can insert the element somewhere, append. We can also use the length method to append the elements. So if we wanted to append an elements, so for this we can also use the length method. How we can do that? Just here we go, and here we write cars dot length equal to here we write Maruti. Save this. Now look at this. So length method is used also for appending the array. So also we can delete the array. So using the delete method we can delete the array. So here we are having the delete method, and here we write delete, say cars, and here we have to give its index number which we wanted to delete. Say I here use 2 at index number 2, this is at 0, this is at 1, this is at 2, so odd is at index number 2. So save this, and here we go, refresh this. So here in our case odd is removed from the, deleted from the list of arrays. Okay, so in our actual practice, try to use this pop method or shift method to remove an element from the array. If we use delete method, it will leave say undefined hole in the array. So try avoiding delete method and use only shift and pop method. Then after this is, we are having another so many methods over there: slicing method, splice method, merging of array, conversions of array. So another thing that we will take in the last is sorting of the array. Okay, so how we can sort these array? Say we are having cars and I wanted to sort it alphabetically. So what we have to do, here we can write cars dot sort. So it will sort the arrays alphabetical order. So odd comes first, that start with the alphabetical A, then B, then H, then in the last it will goes data. Similarly, we can reverse the array using the reverse method. If we want to reverse this array, then we can use the reverse method. Save this, and here we go, refresh. So here Hyundai comes first, then Audi, then BMW, then Tata comes over here. Then sometime we have to give the numeric sort. So sorting of the numbers sometime makes sorting using this method like sort can be better make use of this alphabetical sorting. It can be done, but whenever we have to sort the numbers, it may have some issues over here. So here we take an example of sorting alphabetically and numerically. So for this reason we just going to remove this portion over here, and here I'm just need not to have this. And here we take another class, say element, say button. I just wanted to create two button to sort alphabetically and sort numerically, and to this button on click I wanted to call a function. Say to this I give a name as my function 1, and here I take sort alpha. Similarly, I will take another button, Control C, and here we go copy, and here we go paste, and sort numerically. So here we go, save this, and here refresh this. So we have created two buttons, sort alphabetically and sort numerically over here. So now we go with the script. So here in this portion we declare a variable, say, and to this I give name num equal to here we declare the array, say first element I'm just giving here is 40, then 3, then 100, then 78, then 25, then say 9. Okay, so here we have declared a array with the name num, and these are the element of this array. Now what we wanted to do, we wanted to display these numbers before sorting. So before sorting, to display these numbers, we have to use document dot get element by id, and we wanted to display it on demo. Here we go, demo, then here we go inner HTML equal to num. Okay, so save this, we go refresh. Okay, so this is displayed. Now we have to here in this statement we have declared two functions over there. We have to, if we click on this button, we have to call this button on click, call the function 1, and this button, if we click on this button, this will call the function 2. Sorry, here we have to make it function 2. Okay, so now we have to call these functions. So what we have to do, we have to declare these functions. So in order to make a function, we have to use function keyword, then we have to give the name of function. My function 1, I have given name to this, and here we have to use parenthesis at the end of the function, and we have to write the body of the function within the curly bracket. So here we have to sort it alphabetical method. My function is to sort alphabetically. So here what we have to do, we have to write num dot sort, num dot sort. Okay, so here we take another paragraph, say p sorted alphabetically. Then we take another paragraph over here, and to this I will give id equal to say demo 1. Similarly we will copy this, Control C, and here we going copy this, Control B, and to here we write numerically, and to this I will give demo 2. Now after sorting we have to display this. So for this we have to write document dot get element by id, and to this we have to give the id as demo 1. We go with inner HTML equal to num. Similarly we have to create the second function, so we will copy this, Control C, and here we go paste this, and to this we have give the, now here we have to sort the things numerically. So for this we have to use num dot sort, and in sort we have to call the function, and to this we have give two parameters a comma b. Then here we write return a p. And here we have to use demo 2. Refresh this. Here we go. Now if we click on the sort alphabetically, but we are going to get this is getting sorted 125 and this and this. Here we go sorting numerically. So here we go. See the difference. Okay, so sorting alphabetically, it doesn't understand the value of 125. It's better to, if we have to sort some strings or alphabetical values, alphabetical characters, then we can use simply the sort method. Now if in case we have to sort the numerical values like 43, 178, 25, in this case we can use this sorting method to sort the numbers. Okay, so this time hope you understand the array and how to use the array and how to make use of the functions that we have done in the array. So that's all for now. See you soon in the next video. Good day.